I wanna dance with somebody. Hi guys, sorry. Okay, wait lang. So, happy Feb Ibig sa inyong lahat. Napakanta lang talaga ako ng I wanna dance with somebody tonight. Kasi, well, I only have 10 days left para makahanap ng date. Or pwede namang hindi. So, tonight's Feb Ibig Thursday or Advice Thursdays natin, ang magiging topic natin is ano ba or what has been or what did being single teach you? Ano bang lessons ng pagiging single? And I am so excited to be joined by amazing guests again tonight para mapag-usapan ano ba mga bagay ang natutunan din nila sa pagiging single. Without further ado, no, hindi na natin tatagalan pa para makapakilala ko na sa inyo ang ating mga magaganda at mga poging guests sa ating Advice Thursdays tonight. Let's welcome Mr. Ricx Viernes on the stage. Hello, Mr. Ricx.
Hello po, good evening everyone.
Hello,
And first of all, hello po. Ayos naman po. And first of all po, I would like to thanks po sa Vloga Live dahil na-invita ako ngayong gabi para mag-share po ng insights ko regarding for our topic tonight.
No worries, it's all good. Thank you for giving us your time. May matanong ko nga ba, are you still single? Are you still raising the single flag as of the moment?
To be honest, yes po. To be honest, Kuya Adrian, no. Before I will answer that question, I just want to clarify lang to all the viewers that I'm in a relationship. And
yeah.
I think being single taught me that be focusing on my goals. I mean, doon mo talaga ma-realize at makapag-isip-isip kung ano nga ba yung mga gusto mo sa isang tao na magiging, future mo or yung gusto mo sa isang tao talaga.
Ay, wow! Grabe, no? Ang bilis agad. Sorry ha, biglaan kitang tinanong dyan. But thank you for answering that. No? We'll get down to the nitty-gritty pagdating ng mga tanong natin later. Thank you so much, Ricx Viernes.
Thank you so
and
much
let's welcome to our next viewer. Let's welcome to our stage, Miss Pai Manalastas Toraiba as well. Hello!
Hi,
Miss Pai.
Hello.
Oh.
To all the viewers, hi.
Kamusta ka naman, Miss Pai? How have you been? How's your Thursday going?
It's doing good. I'm okay today. It's a bit busy lang as of the moment since I'm doing I'm preparing for this one and I'm doing some little collabs lang with other local brands. May mga shoot lang na naganap.
We're gonna ganap today, so busy all in front of the camera ka pala today, no?
Yeah.
Yes. I have a question. I like your hair. Is that color blue?
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness, it's so nice. Well, thank you for joining us today. And I can't wait to know your lessons in being single. Pero wait lang, sagutin mo muna, are we seeing someone or are we also single today? This February.
I am married, so yes, I have a date on
wow.
my husband. So.
Exciting. Oh yeah, okay. Well, silly me. Hindi nag-iisip char. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining us. I will want to know more, no? Siyempre, sa perspective niyan, we have to know what is being single all about. Why is it, ano ba matuturo niya talaga sa atin? And I can't wait to learn more, all of that from you guys, especially based on your all experience. Thank you so much. And without further ado, our last but not the least and really fun and energetic guest will have Mr. Chal Maling. Hello, Mr. Chal.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Ayon. Hello, good evening, Mr. Chal. Kamusta ka naman? How has your day been?
It's good. Just like Pai, it's been really busy. Daming work, preparing for my class tomorrow. And yun lang. And I'm excited kasi I'm ending my busy day with the BlogaFam. So, magbibigay tayo ng advice sa mga single people out there.
Okay. Yeah, totoo. So ito na, magbibigay ng advice. Well, I think naman pala sa ating dito is ang dami nating matututunan by being single. So, let's start, no? Let's start with our question. Mm-hmm. What did being single teach you? Ano ba ang natutunan nyo sa pagiging single? Who wants to go first? Meron ba tayong volunteers to answer this question?
Mag-ladies first ba tayo?
Go pwede. Miss Pai. So, ano ang natutunan mo sa pagiging single?
Well, first of all, I learned that I really need to love myself first. After a toxic relationship, you really need to take care of yourself first, love yourself, self worth, and reflect on things because at some point in a toxic relationship, you lose part of yourself in that process, and that the things that you cared no longer matter to you. And sometimes you need to reflect on that back to yourself and think that no, I deserve this, I deserve that, and I shouldn't let it go just because I met some guy for a 3 month relationship or whatever. So yes, and cherish family, friends that are there for you, and just live life to the fullest with self-respect and freedom and then independence.
Wow, grabe. Bigati ng sagot natin agad sa unang tanong. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
tapos na po yung...
Okay, it's a wrap na po. Okay, sino ba na next? Gusto niyo po ba Mr. Ricx or Mr. Chal ang next nating sasagot ng tanong na ito?
I think Adrian,
anyone.
parang ako na po.
Okay,
Go,
sige,
Rick.
Mr. Ricx, go for it.
Yun nga po, that's what I've said while ago po, Kuya Adrian. Being single taught me, I know. Ulit, I just want to clarify ulit that I'm in a relationship, but the question that's given talaga is about what being single taught you. So, sa akin po, yun talaga, I do really agree to Miss Paya. Tama po yung
Miss
pronunciation.
Yes.
Pai.
Miss Pai, yes.
Yeah.
Agree po talaga kay Ate Pai na self-love talaga yung natutunan natin sa isang being single. Kasi without self-love, kung hindi mo ni-embrace yung sarili mo, paano ka pa magmamahal ng iba, di ba? So, I do agree with Miss Pai talaga.
Okay, thank you so much. Yun, nandun tayo sa theme of loving yourself. Oh, Mr. Chal, would you have anything to add on that?
Actually,
Sa being single.
dun sa mga kuda nila, meron kasi may kuda is in conjunction with all of their kuda. Being single taught me that one, being single doesn't equate to being lonely. Kasi it's so cliche. It's so cliche that many single people think that since they're single, they're not worth of the love or attention or something. Don't think of that. It doesn't equate to you being lonely and all. And second, dun nga papasok yung sinabi nilang dalawa ni Pai pati ni Ricx na parang yung kinoment ko nga when this was asked sa BlogaFam is that take this time to really make yourself whole. Kasi parang if you get married just like Pai, ang nangyayari doon is it's not that you lose yourself. It's just that you start giving a part of yourself to someone. So take this opportunity to really spoil yourself, to give something to yourself, to treat yourself on and do the things that you want to do. Kasi pag dumating na yung isang yung partner mo or yung kasama mo, parang syempre, you consider that person already. Hindi naman sa isasantabi mo na yung sarili mo, pero may consideration na. So, take this time to really, yun nga, sabi nga ni Ricx, self-love. Dapat i-embrace mo yung sarili mo, i-spoil mo na. Mag-travel ka, manood ka ng movie mag-isa, diba? Do whatever it is that you wanna do. Kasi pag nandiyan na yan, parang may mga tao talaga nakakalimutan yung sarili nila kapag may jowa na sila. So, yun.
Totoo. Well, funny lang naman sa part na yan. Totoo naman, mukhang lang naman, wait lang. Ako lang ba ang walang date? Wait, grabe, ang bibigat ng mga story. Ako lang ba ang walang date this February 14 dito? Kasi, charot, ako na lang yung date ko. Char, uso naman yon. But yun nga, with all that, diba? Totoo. I love and really agree with all the thoughts. Self-love muna. You find what you want and you like. And, sige, ito yung follow-up question ko dan. ano ang pinakamahirap na naranasan nyo with dealing with that mindset? Kasi it's a common thing na mindset ng Filipino usually na parang, tanda mo na, wala ka pa ring jowa. Pag meron kang, di ba, pag meron kayong reunion, kaya, tanda mo na, wala ka pa ring jowa, nasa na yung boyfriend mo, wala ka ba papakilala sa amin? It's a common question that comes along. So, ano yung hardest thing about loving yourself? Like, what is the challenge nung after nyo lumabas from our toxic relationship? According to Miss Pai, she also came out of one and then she figured out and then what was the hardest thing to figure out to take that switch of loving yourself? Kasi you had somebody to love you then. So what was the hardest part? So who wants to answer that first?
Ayoko na magsabi ng ladies first ulit kasi luging-lugi si Pai sa amin.
Oo nga eh. Okay. Mr. Chal, ikaw nga.
Sige, since nauna si Pai kanina at ako yung nahuli, ako yung mauuna this time.
Okay.
Siguro the hardest, yung tanong mo, Adrian, is parang from coming out of a relationship, ano yung
coming out
into transitioning to loving yourself. Tama ba?
Yes, exactly.
Feeling ko kasi, in transitioning to loving yourself, if you're coming out from a relationship, kasi iba yung coming out from a relationship to loving yourself and from loving yourself and coming into a relationship.
So yung isa,
So
yung first transition tayo. Yes.
Feeling ko, it's really asking, ang pinakamahirap dun is figuring out kung ano ba talaga yung, kunwari, like, ikaw, Adrian, if you're coming out from that particular relationship, figuring out kung sino ba talaga si Adrian after that. Kasi nga, parang, yung sabi nga ni Pai, if you come out of a relationship, you kind of give yourself to someone. And what happens is that, since you're so used to giving yourself to someone, to considering somebody else in your decisions, it's, ayoko gamitin yung term na you lose yourself, but you kinda do. You feel lost lang. Parang nawawalan lang ng direction and you need to realign yourself. You need to refocus yourself. Kasi there are certain dynamics na mababago. Na parang when you go out before, hindi ko na siya iti-text na, uy, pupunta ako dito or gayayain ko siya. It's really just you or maghahanap ka ng kasama mo kung gusto mo ng kasama. Yung mga ganong dynamics. So, ang hirap, lalo na kapag you're so used to doing things with that person, like with me and my partner, I don't watch like yung mga blockbuster movies without him. So, if ever, parang pag nawala yung partner ko, parang, okay, so ako pala manunood mag-isa. Yung ganon. Yung mga ganong change in dynamics talaga. But, you'll get used to it. It's not the end of the world. You'll get used to it. Definitely. And di ba, i-embrace mo 'yon. I-embrace mo 'yon. So 'yun. Yun yung hard eh.
See, bibigat talaga. Grabe itong topic na to. I love this topic. Ang bigat. Kaya parang, oo na lang ako dito kasi totoo. That's the hardest thing to adjust. So from your experiences naman, Miss Pai, ano naman po ang like naging struggle niyo with that kind of transition back in the day?
From coming out to a relationship, of course, part of it is moving on. Mostly, I always feel self-doubt kasi parang you always get to think na parang what is wrong? Why do these things keep happening to your life and it struggles you to love yourself because you don't even know if you're the problem in the relationship or the partner, but most of the time you always think that it's you. And of course there's loneliness and being taken care of and love, the feeling you crave for it, that's why you want it. So yun lang.
See, grabe. That is, like, yung mga tanong niyo talaga, parang yung feeling na when you just come out of a relationship na nasanay ka, it's parang something's being ripped out of you, no? Like parang something's just gone. So before you look, may mga nag-comment din natin from BlogaFam, yung routine na kayo, nasanay ka na on those things, and kapag nawala yun, bigla ka na lang masasad, but you'll get used to it. Laban, friends. So sa mga nagmo-move on dyan, laban lang. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with being single. According to everybody here naman, self-love is a key to actually figuring out naman what you want in life. Also, Danny said here, the hardest thing to learn about loving yourself is that you can't depend on other people to tell what parts of yourself are worth loving or worth dating. You have to learn that for yourself. Ah, smart. Grabe, grabe.
Yes.
BlogaFam. I
Snap
love
on
it.
that.
Snap, snap, snap. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's get on to Mr. Rick's Viernes answer to this one. What was, back in the day, ano yung struggle mo in dealing with that transition like that? Kaya from relationship to being single.
Yes. In my case naman po, since I don't have, experience po na may naging ex na po ako. But I think being in a relationship is just like committed then on your friends and family. And who you are right now is just because of your previous relationship po. And I think we need to consider din kasi na we are able to grow or we are able to improve ourselves and because of people around us. And since po, I'm in a relationship right now, and yung mga struggle naman po na mapansin ko po na adjust naman po is yung time lang kasi sa study and oras din naman po sa kanya. Doon lang po kami nagkakaroon ng conflictions, pero at the end of the day na bibigyan naman na sasalbahan naman po.
That's nice. So nice to hear. And well, stay strong sa inyo. And grabe, that really learning from all of you, no, from Mr. Ricx, talking about that, having the support system or having family around you is not, don't take them for granted, diba? Hindi naman porket wala kang jowa, wala kang ganyan, baliwala na yung love na nakukuha natin from them.
Yeah.
And susingit ko na lang din, yan din yung mga natutunan ko from transitioning to that. Na parang after a while, totoo yung sinasabi nila Miss tayo dito, Mr. Chal, Sir Ricx, na parang there is, meron kang adjustment lang talaga sa nakasanayan mo. But you would also realize that there's so much love around you. Like, sobrang dami. Doon ko lang na-realize din after a while. Parang masyado kang naka-one-track mind sa isang tao and then you forget to tend to other people around you. So, yun yung mga na-realize ko din transitioning to that. It's wonderful to hear that almost everybody here shares the same idea of figuring yourself out. Taking the time to understand what you want and what you love about yourself, what you hate about yourself, and what you need to change and grow to become the best person or the best version you could be. So another question to all of you naman po. Ito, we can give this to Mr. Ricx naman on our first question for you. So what was, since you haven't had like that moment in transition pa, what was your before you were in a relationship, what were your considerations into moving into a relationship? And then I'll have a different question for Mr. Chal and Ms. Pai on this one. But for you, yun nga ang question natin since wala pa naman tayong heartbreak and I hope that doesn't happen to you. So ano po yun? Ano yung mga naging consideration mo? What got you jumping into that relationship that you are in right now?
You know what, Kuya Adrian, based on my experience talaga, no, kumbaga, po siya, unexpected po na dumating sa buhay ko. And I can say na I'm not enough to commit, na pumasok po sa commitment. Pero, yun nga po, syempre medyo bata pa, hindi pa ako, I'm not fully knowledgeable on sa commitment, parang ganun. Pero I think dahil naman po sa kanya madami naman akong bagay na natutunan at na-apply ko din, and thankful ako doon kasi yung mga pagkukulang ko na dadagdagan naman dahil sa mga learnings ko sa kanya.
Thank you. Galing. That's one. Alam mo, I'm just
Yeah.
so happy. I'm like happy for you, literally. Like, kinikilig ako. Like, on the back end. Yun talaga, kilig tayo. Second hand kilig muna tayo ngayon dyan, guys. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ricx. Okay. So, ito naman, ang different question natin for both of you, Mr. Chal and Miss Pai. So, di ba, nag-transition na tayo from getting our hearts broken and moving into loving ourselves. Ano naman po ang mga, like, nag-udyot sa inyo to be in your next relationship, 'di ba? Syempre, it took us a while to heal, put back ourselves. What got you? Ano naman yung what made you think na parang okay, ready na ulit ako mag-love, ready na ulit ako mag-risk. And then, yun, what were those signs? Okay, let's have Mr. Chal and then Miss Pai for our last one to answer
Parang
this.
transition
Okay.
from jowa to marriage. Kasi iba yung commitment ng kasal, Mar.
Last ko sasagot po nito. But yes, Mr. Chal.
Feeling ko, kasi it took me like years, mga 3-4 years from my previous relationship. And I parang, na-realize ko lang kasi nabuo na ako. Parang alam ko na yung mga gusto ko or yung ina-expect ko sa next relationship ko. Like what I always say dun sa mga bagong taong who enters into our new relationship, I always tell them what helped me and my partner in our relationship was defining our negotiables and non-negotiables. That I learned during that period. Ano ba yung mga hinahanap ko sa jowa ko? Ano ba yung hindi ko kayang i-negotiate doon sa jowa ko? Yung mga hindi ko talaga kaya or something like that. Tapos, nung na-figure out ko na yon, just like Ricx, hindi ko siya hinanap. Medyo, alam mo yung weird feeling na, if I may share, parang,
Yes.
I met my partner in Tinder at the time wherein I just started, kakabalik ko lang noon to finish my undergrad sa school. Tapos nagtuturo ako noon full-time nagtuturo ako sa Fitness First part-time. Tapos, nag-work din ako sa government full-time. So parang ang dami kong ganap. And then parang hindi ko na inisip yung jowa. Yung parang I felt na if jumowa pa ako, parang kawawa naman yung jowa ko. Wala na akong time sa kanya. And ang katulad din nung kay Ricx, nakakatawa kasi dumadating talaga yung love sa'yo when you least expect it. So just cliche as it may sound, alam mo yung parang hindi ko talaga siya in-expect. Parang sabihin, hello, hindi in-expect pero nasa Tinder. Hindi,
siya yung okay sa sarili niya.
Hindi, sa ngalan ng pagiging G, I was there for another reason. But it happened and I'm like, okay. And then yun, na-realize ko lang na buo talaga ako. So when me and my partner got together, I told him na, if you think you complete me, you don't. You complement me. Kasi when you met me, I'm already complete. Buo na si Chal na nakilala mo. Hindi kita ginawa para kompletuhin ako. Parang ganon. Kasi hindi magde-depend yung happiness ko sa'yo. Madadagdagan lang siya, pero masaya na ako as a person. So, yun. So, yun yung naging transition kasi kailangan mo muna maging masaya as a person bago ka makapagpasaya. Because I believe na you cannot give something that you don't have anything in excess of. Parang namamali mo, di ba? Pag when there are people na asking stuff from you, yung mga but does it may sound, yung mga namamalimos or yung mga nanghihingi ng tulong sa'yo, hindi ka naman magkakapagbigay kung wala kang sobrang something, di ba?
Yeah.
So parang ganoon din sa love. Dapat may sobra kang love and happiness bago ka makapagpaligaya ng iba. So yun.
Yes, grabe mga value bombs natin here. Thank you so much for that.
Guys, okay, I can leave now.
Okay na. Ganun na ba? Hindi. Gusto ko talaga
Panalo.
sabi na, if you think you complete me, you don't. You compliment me. Next line ko na yan sa aking susunod na i-date. But well, okay lang yan, guys. Ang ganda-ganda naman story. Grabe yung mga value bombs natin tonight. I am so living for it.
Adrian. I believe
Hindi, okay lang. ako, parehas lang din na kayo iniisip. Sige, hindi pa ako, like, iniisip ko siya, nakala ko din, iniisip ko na gusto ko na, pero hindi pa talaga. Like, sabi ko, hindi pa talaga. So, ginajoke ko lang kayo ng gusto ko na, pero hindi pa talaga, guys. Okay lang po ako. Feb ibig lang. Kailangan ko lang ng date on the Feb 14, pero kung wala, okay lang din. Okay, thank you so much. Ayan, kay Miss Pai naman tayo. Ayan, yung transition naman kay Miss Pai, pa dating i-level up. Sige. So what was your naman to your husband right now? What was like that ano naman yung naging transition mo from being single to finding your husband?
Honestly, di ko to siya kinakahiya. I've dated so many guys just so if malaman ko lang kung perfect sila for me. And of course, it made me feel vulnerable at times and heartbreaks were there and all. Pero it made me realize when I met my husband, my walls were so up that I cannot handle anymore lies sa mga lalaki. Tapos, and after that, naging persistent lang sila. So, I was open to getting to know him, but like not open to being in a relationship with him. But once na nakilala ko siya, and naging open naman ako na maybe this guy isn't so bad at all. Doon nag-sink in sa akin lahat na, okay, I'm ready. Masaktan man ako ngayon, okay na ako. At least I tried again. At least ginawa ko naman ang part ko as a person and as a girlfriend to him. Kung magkamali man kami dito in our relationship, ginawa ko na siya on my part. And kasi dati, because I've dated so many times, I always think na parang this is it. This is gonna be the one. And napagod ako. So when siya ang dumating sa buhay ko, naging realist na ako na parang come with me. Kung siya. Kung hindi. Then, fine, I'll move on. And then, maghanap ako ng iba na, or may magdarating man sa akin, good for me. Pero kung hindi, then good for me pa rin. So, yun yung naging transition for me na parang tinaas ko lang yung wall ko and then naging persistent siya. So, I tried to lower it down until sa bumaba talaga siya completely. Yun lang, actually.
Grabe. Alam mo, the lessons that I've learned from you guys right now, I'm just really just in awe. Like, ganun lang ako yes. I am surrounded by strong, independent people here. They complete themselves and they have someone right now. And that doesn't change the fact that they are complete in their own way. So thank you guys so much. But this is another question for all of you. This would be wonderful. And I'd have Mr. Chal this time to answer it for the first
Go.
one. Ang question ko po for you guys is, ano po ang natutunan nyo about yourself being in your past, like, for example, from your past relationship, ano natutunan nyo with that? And ano natutunan nyo right now within your relationship? Kasi naman, like, about yourself in past and present.
Siguro sa past, one thing that I learned from myself is that you will find the person, kumbaga parang hindi mo kailangan mag-exert ng sobra. When you feel that it's one way, then it is. Kasi parang you will eventually find the person who will give the same amount of energy and love that you do. Like before, I remember dating a guy and then sobrang martyr level. Pupunta ako I'm working in Quezon City. I'll go to Makati just to have dinner. Pero siya yung may car at may driver. Ako yung wala.
Oof.
Yung ganon, yung parang, if you do feel that it's one way, then highly likely it is. Medyo elated lang talaga yung emotions mo. Parang parang elated ka lang masyado. So parang, deadma, kahit mukha kang syunga minsan, deadma, mahal ko siya, ganyan, pinapasaya niya ako. Pero hindi yun enough. Kasi yun nga, makikita mo yung tao na magbibigay sa'yo ng same amount of energy. With now, yung natutunan ko naman sa sarili ko is hindi mo, if you're with the right person, you don't have to second guess. And it's not always, paano ba? Hindi, hindi lahat, hindi dapat laging masaya. Kasi kapag laging masaya, nakakatakot.
Yeah.
Generally. Like, parang,
I agree.
dapat parang ano lang, parang chill ka lang. Kasi, hindi pwedeng 365 days masaya ka. Like, even in life. So parang if you put too much pressure on yourself on making it work or making your partner happy or something like that, ibig sabihin hindi yun authentic. Just be yourself and makikita mo talaga yung taong para sa'yo na matatanggap ka lang. Just be yourself kasi you don't have to be extra special. You don't have to be like that. Just be you.
Oh, just be you. Guys, grabe. I am belly bombs everywhere. Thank you so much, Mr. Chal, for that wonderful answer. And I would move on with Mr. Ricx sa tanong na ito. Ano naman ang natutunan mo about yourself being in this relationship now?
I think mas nafe-feel ko po kasi na parang nag-grow ako with him. Kasi nga po, yun nga po, madami akong, to be honest madami din akong mga bagay-bagay na hindi ko pa nalalaman noon in my past. And now, natututunan ko siya with, yun, kasama siya. And thankful talaga ako doon. And yun naman talaga yung importante na wag mo nang balikan kung ano yung past mo, kung ano yung mga, mga pagkakamali mo doon. Thus, kailangan natin mag-focus na lang kung anong meron tayo ngayon at maging masaya. Yun po.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ricx. Okay, that's so nice of you to answer. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge there. And with Miss Pai, kayo naman po, what are the things that you've learned about yourself like back in the day and then right now, say relationship mo now with your husband?
Maybe because when I was younger, very aggressive the feeling and having the pressure of friends na magka-relationship ka, that kahit konting quality ng lalaki nakikita mo sa kanya, not completely but like may mga red flags man or hindi, you go into it and then you'd be so in love with him. And I feel now na nag-mature ako and now na nakilala ko yung husband ko, mas mas guarded sa sarili ko and hindi na parang roller coaster feeling. And napansin ko lang kasi dati very yun nga, self-love, self first. So parang pag ginagawa man yung lalaki, even though that he's good enough, may nagawa man silang hindi ko gusto agad. I mean, like, I'd walk right out of it. Like, no, I don't need you. Parang ganyan. Parang bitchy lang na attitude. And now, na nakilala ko yung husband ko, parang I feel na I need, self-love, but then this is a person as well. This is a human being too who's trying to love me, a completely different person, and me as well to him. So parang I need to give him the same kind of respect and love. That not just because I think that I am the more boss of the relationship or the more, diba? I should also give him that satisfaction na kailangan mo din silang i-love as well as kung ano yung deserving na love for you. So yun lang, yun parang yung realization for me now na nag-mature ako.
Grabe. So you mutual respect no? The respect of you guys being in a relationship, respecting your boundaries, everything. And I think bunga yan ng pagiging single din for a long while with all that self-love, understanding your boundaries then. So that's so much of, like, ang dami ko talagang natutunan with you guys. But with this one na lang, another, our final question of the night, or second to the last question of the night, ano naman ang masasabi Wait, let's see our comment from our BlogaFam. There's someone who said this. Can you flash it on the screen? Ayan. Sabi ni Danny, Miss Pai, I felt that. I love it. I felt that.
Yeah.
Grabe yun. Thank you so much. So our second to last question tonight, ito naman, is what are your advice to our viewers out there who are getting pressured to be in a relationship? But again, before we go to this question, I want to flash this. There's another one that gave a wonderful comment from our BlogaFam. He said, Mr. Brian Palma said, you should make yourself whole first para maging contented ka sa single life mo. And you don't need to find someone to make you whole dahil buo ka na. Thank you. Pero hindi man ibig sabihin hindi ka papasok sa commitment. It's just you need to find love from yourself first to share it with others. Thank you so much. We resonate with that very, very much. Thank you for sharing that wonderful thought. So ito na. Let's have Mr. Ricx here. Ano naman po ang advice nyo sa mga nape-pressure magkaroon ng relationship ngayon na? Ngayon din.
Ito na nga. Sabi nga, actually, may nabasa po ako coming for the book na as they say, stop chasing for love because patience is always a key for it. So, just wait for the right person. So, sa akin lang po, wag nating ang love, wag tayong magmadali. Sabi nga doon, kusang darating at darating. Pero, yun, you need to focus on muna on your goals. Kasi nga, kung nagpo-focus ka sa goals mo in life, kung gusto mong matutunan na ang self-love, doon ka talaga mag-grow eh. So, kailangan talaga ng self-love, and self-love talaga. Para matuto ka sa mga bagay-bagay na hindi mo panlalaman and by that, na-apply mo siya if you are in a relationship na. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much. What about you, Miss Pai? Ano naman po ang ating advice sa mga nape-pressure magkarelasyon ngayon?
Ito lang talaga, you do not have to act on it just because people are telling you to do it. So, parang it's not as sad as what you think or imagine it to be because you're single and alone in the sense, it's not as sad because there are friends, there are family who is giving you the same kind of love. Not significantly with a partner, but the same kind of love and respect, no? But like, I feel na you do not need to be pressured, you just have to wait. And tama yung sinabi ni Mr. Chal kanina, unexpected love really do come along, and I think na you should really wait for them. Ako ang tao na along it, ako yung tao na hinintay ko na lang siya kasi napagod na ako. So, antayin mo siya, ipagpa-pray mo siya. Pray mo lang talaga every night kasi minsan it works din na binibigay siya sa'yo ni God as an answered prayer. And I feel na parang kailangan mo lang talaga ng guidance with Him para ka i-guide sa tamang tao. Kasi kung hindi, mapapasubok ka na naman sa maling tao. So, feeling ko talaga, antayin mo lang siya kasi baka nandiyan na siya sa tabi. Huwag mo siyang hanapin, wag magmadali. Yun lang talaga. Antayin mo siya. Nandiyan lang siya. And yeah, yun lang.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Pai. Yes. Grabe. More, please. Ayun, Mr. Chal, ikaw naman po magbibigay ng value moms ulit. Can you give us some advice?
Ready na ba kayo sa malaman na advice? One word.
Ready na.
Don't. Just don't. Don't feel pressured. With people telling you that you should find a boyfriend, don't. Because love is so overrated. My God. Lahat tayo gusto natin ma-in love, pero you don't know that love or being in a relationship is so much work. I think Miss Pai would agree with me. And
yeah.
Parang sobrang overrated niya na parang overhyped din siya na parang hindi dapat magka-jowa ka na because it will make you a better person and something like that.
Yeah.
Hindi, kasi hindi talaga. It's a work in itself. And paano ba? If you think that being in a relationship would define you or who you are or would complete you, then you're not ready for a relationship.
Yeah.
I think
True.
So, hindi talaga. I- Siguro lang din dun sa take ni Miss Pai kanina na antayin mo lang siya. More of, antayin mo siya, but don't close your doors. Parang
Yeah.
nandyan ka lang, chill ka lang kapag may dadating, din entertain, then just be just be smart enough to be able to identify if that person serves you and if you're able to serve that other person din. Kasi para lang yung para lang yung prutas na pag hindi pa hinog, hindi din magiging hinog yung relasyon. So, hindi din mag-work yung relationship. So, papasok ka sa isang, as a hindi hinog na tao, papasok ka sa hindi hinog na relasyon. Tapos hindi lang siya mag-work. So, take time, don't feel pressured, kasi akala lang nila madali magmahal, pero hindi talaga. Promise. Tanungin nyo, yung mga mag-aasawa dyan, yung mga matatagal na magjojowa, ay nako talaga. So, no.
True.
Wow,
It's true.
grabe. Yung mga
True.
ano natin tonight, advice natin tonight, please do take it in heart. Yun nga, sabi ni Sir Chal, hindi lang siya din waiting. It's actively waiting, being open to the possibilities, not just closing your doors, letting other people in then. And alam mo, one of the things that I also learned from tonight kay Miss Pai naman was, to actually, yung when something comes in, don't act on it so quickly. Like, let it, lang, don't be so,
Let's
you have,
happen. Yeah.
'di ba? Let it happen kasi minsan I think we are so charged. Yung feeling na parang someone just showed us an act of kindness, someone showed us a more like a higher level of decency. Parang tayo, oh my gosh, hindi to gagawin ng ibang tao. We set the bar so low sometimes. That's why minsan na din tayo on our own expectations. So I love it na ang natutunan ko din from tonight was to actually wait patiently, but to actively still grow as a person and figuring out your boundaries. And I hope ganun din yung matututunan nyo this night, BlogaFam. Kasi ang dami talagang mapupulot dun sa mga natutunan nila sa pagiging single. Natutunan natin sa kanilang words of wisdom tonight. Ang dami-dami talaga. Ang isa ko sa taga-favorite, the night, you don't complete me, you compliment me. So let's not find someone, di ba, who will actually just make us complete. That's not love. And it takes a lot of work. According to everybody here, it takes a lot of work. So if you're not ready to put in that work, maybe you have to prepare yourselves more. And if you, dadating din siya when the time that you are ready. Hindi din naman siya laging ikaw din yung or whatever. Dapat, I think the universe will provide you the person when you are ready na din. Para din, fair na din. So thank you so much with all of that, no? BlogaFam, thank you. And thank you guys for this wonderful, wonderful session. Puno-puno ng value bombs. But before we ask you kung saan namin kayo pwedeng i-follow, let's flash some responses from our BlogaFam kasi ang dami ring nag-respond from our advice question columns from last week. Ayan, can we flash it and zoom it in? Let's see. Ako na, napapa-zoom din ako. Wait, I'm gonna go in. Ayan, tignan natin. So, being single taught me to love and care for myself. Okay, let's saglit. Being single taught me to love and care for myself because no one else will be there for me in the hardest times but me. To be mindful and to have time with my family, friends, to enjoy life, my independence at its full extent, and to trust the art of timing. Yan, grabe ang natin dyan, mga independent people dyan, raising it up. Thank you so much. Ito pa, being single taught this person self-worth. To grow myself, to aim to be a better person and appreciate the simple things. I love it. Full of self-love and positivity. Thank you, guys. Next job is that you don't need romantic love to feel complete and be happy. Which is true, guys. There are so many kinds of love. There's familial love, there's filial love, your friends and all that. And love for your passion and all that. Find it there and be whole. Next. Thank you so much. Okay, yan, medyo mahaba tayo dito. And it's being single taught me independence and how to be more self-sufficient. Before, when I was in a relationship, I would always need to seek for my partner's approval. O yan, isa yung mga sinasabi sa atin kanina na parang when you make a decision, di ba, iniisip nyo rin ng mga partners nyo. Now, if you come out from that transition, ayan, but when I became single, I realized that I can enjoy my time, go after my own goals, and just travel around, join mountain trips, go out of my comfort zone, and try scuba diving with some friends, and travel
Wow.
with my best friend to some country that I have never been in or been to. It's mostly going out of my comfort zone, facing my fears head on, and just enjoying the best life has to offer. Yes, power. Thank you so much for that. That is so empowering. Do we still have more? Yan, meron pa po tayo. It has taught me the importance of self-love and how I am capable of giving freedom to the ones I loved. It gave me it gave me time to grow and prepare myself for the one who is more worthy of my love. Ayun, grabe. Thank you for all those empowering messages about self-love and also understanding, yourself in your enjoying the life of being single, figuring out what you really like, what it
Yeah.
really means to be who you are as your own person. And yan talaga guys, isa rin yun sa mga natutunan ko with all of this is parang if someone doesn't vibe with you, if ayaw nila, if they don't wanna stay, you just leave the door open and they're gonna leave if they want to leave. But if they want to stay, they will make an effort to stay. Sabi nga ni
Yeah.
Mr. Sheldon, if it's one way, alam mo naman yon kung one-sided lang to. So, it takes two to tango, pakiramdaman na natin at wag na tayong magpaka sa mga hindi na nagbibigay sa atin ng enough love and energy at the same time. So, Vlogapalooza fam, thank you so much for joining us and thank you so much, Pai, Chal, and Ricx for sharing so many value
Thank
bombs tonight. We loved our episode tonight and we hope our
Thank
Vlogafam
you,
learned.
BlogaFam.
Thank you. But before we
Thank you,
go, can you tell
BlogaFam.
us where we could follow you and send you some loving? Let's have Mr. Ricx first. Where can we follow you and send you some loving, Mr. Ricx?
Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Rick_Viernes and ganoon din po sa Twitter at Rick_Viernes and sa Facebook, Rick's Viernes. Salamat po.
Thank you so much. And Miss Pai.
You can follow me on my Instagram account that is at I am Pasita. And I also have a YouTube account at Pai Manalastas and on my Facebook, Pai Manalastas Toralba.
Thank you. And last but not the least, Mr. Chal Maling. Hello, Mr. Chal.
Hey, so hi BlogaFam. You can see saan ba? Here, yan. That's my handle for my Instagram and Twitter. Instagram, I'm not that active in Twitter. Mas marami kong hanash sa Twitter. It would mean a lot to me if you also support my show every Friday at 10 p.m. It's Kinks and Queens. So follow us also in Twitter and Facebook, Kinks and Queens. So our premiere episode for season 2 is tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Yun lang. Thank you.
Ayan. Thank you. Ayan. Meron tayong mga pwedeng panuorin on Friday nights, 10 p.m. So don't forget, you can support them, Miss Pai, Mr. Ricx, and Mr. Chal. Thank you so much, BlogaFam. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Again, for having us tonight, in your screens and all that, and for listening to this Advice Thursdays. Happy Feb Ibig. Don't forget to send yourself some love and all that. Happy Thursdays, everybody. Goodbye.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Good night.
Happy Thursday. Good night.
Bye.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Thank you.